good evening, Navika, and good evening to my fellow panelists. First things first, how can you call yourself secular and at the same time fight for religious dress codes to be allowed in schools? How can you call yourself objective when you outrage now, but were totally silent when the Kerala government banned wearing of hijab over SPC uniform? The Kerala High Court dismissed Muslim plea to wear hijab to school. The Kerala Muslim Education Society, controlling 150 schools, banned niqab. Where were these leftist wokes and Islamists then? And will you have a Muslim swimmer wear a burqa while taking part in a swimming competition? Where does this end? Are there rules and uniforms? But beyond the hypocrisy and selectivity, there is a broader issue here, and let me address that very briefly. Number one, Navika, I am very clear. There should be one rule and no duplicity in implementing or following it. And when I say religious dress codes, symbols and identities, I mean all religions, no exception. So a school can ban hijab or a burqa because it has a specific rule of a uniform, but it cannot at the same time allow a tilak, kada, cross or turban. What about Jerehu? Well, as long as these religious symbols are concealed and not exhibited, in any case, don't schools allow entry to circumcised boys? Circumcision is a religious commandment in Islam, but because it is concealed, it should be fine. Number two, there is a legitimate concern of security because a burqa covers the face. It is astonishing that some people don't get this. Number three, Navika, by allowing religious dress codes, symbols, identities into educational institutions, we are, I'm afraid, on the road to normalizing unjust, draconian, misogynistic, sexist, supremacist religious orders and commandments. Where would this end? I ask two simple questions. A, what if tomorrow some religion or its god orders women to be shackled in ball and chain at all times? Would you demand that the school allow the girls to rattle and drag themselves in? There is also the other side. What is and what isn't essential is either at the discretion of the believer or it has been explicitly defined by Allah himself. So whether you may think it is misogynistic or regressive or a symbol of subjugation, Allah is very clear on how a woman should dress. So every true Muslim woman has to adhere to this dress code or a burqa or a hijab. And if a school allows for a dress code or identities of other religion, then it has to allow for Islam. As I said, no discrimination, but a uniform is uniform.